and you resist sound logic, real money-making, money preservation insights. That I went through this stuff. I had to lose a lot of money to learn these lessons, and I'm trying to very much remove the necessity for you to go through that same stuff. And you don't want to listen. Like my own kids, they don't listen. You wonder why my own sons do the things that they do? The same reason why you ain't listening to me. Just because they have my DNA in them doesn't mean that they're gonna. Oh, no, it's a symbiotic relationship. I'm ICT's offspring. It's whatever the main one says. All the ones like there's this relationship where whatever. It's a hive mentality. The word escapes me, but it's kind of like the show The Last of Us. The fungus, whatever one fungus feels or experiences, they all feel at the same time. That doesn't happen because they're my kids. They're discovering themselves too. And they're discovering that they're human. And guess what humans are? We're terrible decision makers. That's a skill set that has to be honed and beaten to us. As the scripture says, iron sharpens iron. Meaning, it's not going to be easy. If iron had feelings and nerve endings, it probably would be wincing when you rub it against another piece of iron. When you take that raw piece of metal and you want to forge it into a blade, what do you have to do to it? You have to harm it. You have to do damage to it. You got to take its useless edges off and make one useful edge. That edge is your edge that you're going to use as a weapon or a tool. Knife, a blade. But many of you want to go out to the market and you do all this work in preparation, and you have this high-tech 50 caliber sniper rifle in your hands, and you show up and you're right there. You're sitting there and you're waiting for it. You're looking through your scope. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And then all of a sudden the market starts to run. And what do? You reach for your fucking baseball bat and you chase it. What the hell is that? It's caveman mentality. That's not civilized. That's uncivilized. That's savagery. We're waiting for the mark to walk into the crosshairs, gently hug the trigger, and be confident that we have executed precisely what our model is expecting us to do. We will not second guess it because we've done everything up to the point of engagement and entry. Our stop loss is there. We don't worry about it because we're comfortable with the risk. But if I'm honest, ICT, that means I can only really risk $75. Right. Exactly. That's why you're trading with a fucking micro. Okay? That's why you're doing that. It's not about how much you can make. It's how much you can afford to lose and still stay in the game while you're learning. For the folks that says you can't make money with a micro. Oh, you can't make money with a micro account. You got to have this and that and the other thing. You are not versed in math. You have no idea. Rudimentary math is escaping you. Because if you can have a model, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be my stuff. And I'll say it again. It doesn't have to be what I teach. It could be anything out there that causes you to have a decision. If you risk very little and you're very, very good at managing money and don't overtrade, you can be profitable doing this. You're going to have a lot of losing trades, and that might not sit well with some of you, most of you. In fact, 99.9% of you, whether you are a profitable student or trader with my stuff or something else, you might be just listening to this and not even a trader. You're like, I use Elliott Wave, and I've made money, and this, that, and other thing.